Good morning. My friends, brothers and sisters, in the one family of God, we've come today to join our voices, our righteous indignation, and our faith to speak truth to power. Because don't you know, we're living in some crazy times. In spite of the deleterious effects on families of all ethnic backgrounds, the wealth gap is wider than ever and threatens our survival status with near wipeout of middle-class earning levels in the Black and Hispanic communities across the nation. I know you know somebody who's lost their home or is facing foreclosure, as the very banks that our tax dollars bailed out the last couple of years are making record profits this year. Still, their talk of loan modification to lower your monthly payment is just that, blatantly misleading talk to stall while they get paid up to 90% of the original loan amount from the Federal Reserve, guaranteed to cover their potential loss from your default as long as they don't settle the loan with you or with me. Therefore, banks have every incentive to foreclose on you and me and write off the loss instead of helping us keep our homes. We're living in some crazy times.
Amen.
Sit empty or resell the house for cheap to make almost 120% profit. And meanwhile, you and I are homeless with no recourse. You see, in these crazy times, our hopes, our dreams, and precious family memories in a home that nurtured us often has been swept away by a 90-day default notice and foreclosure action. Without regard for the many requests to just give us a lower rate modification period to pick up the pieces caused by job layoffs and economic family struggles. And without regard for the social upheaval and turmoil that results from the loss as neighborhood relationships dissolve, families break apart, and a sense of anger, fear, and hopelessness prevails. And without regard for all these struggles all over the city, all over the state, and all around the country that directly resulted from the most recessionary economy in decades, directly caused by irresponsible banking and Wall Street investment underwriting practices. Invested city reserves gone. Invested retirement funds gone. Invested family futures gone. Without regard for the crisis, banks report huge gains, executives get huge bonuses, and the already wealthy cash liquid investors get our homes for cents on the dollar. Family of God, we're living in crazy times. This summer, our family faced foreclosure. And in desperation, I liquidated my retirement funds to pay the funds owed to the trustee to stop the sale. Fortunately for us, the trustee immediately filed the papers to stop the sale, provided us a copy, and then forwarded the funds to Bank of America, where the funds were promptly lost. Took us 3 weeks to argue and debate that funds had been provided to them. We had to threaten them with legal action, going public to papers and to congresspersons to get a written email acknowledging receipt of the funds. Funny how they can lose the funds we do pay, but know right away when we can't pay. But I stand here today, my family, to say there is some good news of hope, even in the midst of crazy times. You see, in faith-based organizing, there is a central tenet and promise and belief, and that is that there is a God triune God, the Father, Christ,